Podcasting to the world. It's the CK Mornings In Case You Missed It podcast with Chris, Alana, and Matt. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. From our mouths to your ears, here's what you missed.
Busy weekend for Christmas parties. A lot going on this weekend.
Yeah, I bet.
And next weekend, too. Like, it's a lot happening around Chatham-Kent. There's a tip out there that if you're going to a Christmas party, they say you should implement, okay, for your weekend. They call it zebra striping. Have you ever done a zebra stripe?
I don't think so.
You probably have.
Okay.
You probably don't know it as the name zebra striping, but they say it might be a good strategy for next holiday party because it can keep you from getting too drunk. It's when you alternate between alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks, like a zebra stripes alternate from black to white. So basically,
okay,
you have a drink, have a glass of water or a pop, whatever, and then have a drink back and forth. So you've probably done
I've
that,
done
right?
it.
Yeah. In other words, have a drink, have something different in between. They say you'll drink less because your stomach stays full, and it also keeps you hydrated at the same time. And one of the problems is that, well, first of all, you got a holiday party. It might be around people you don't normally party with or hang out with.
Yeah, generally, for sure.
So if you're hanging out with your boss, you want to keep it on the rails.
Yeah,
Right?
Ideally.
Also, to the boss, you want to keep it on the rails. You don't want them going off the rails. So you want to keep it together. Or like the CEO or whomever shows up at these parties, you might not party like you normally do on a Friday or Saturday night with your friends.
Yeah, you gotta limit. You still gotta be a little bit of your work personality.
Bingo.
You can't let them see your real future personality.
You're not going to see the real me. The other thing I noticed, too, is that you might not be a drinker. Maybe you have a sip now and then, but you're not like a drinker. Mm-hmm. And you're in a situation where you got to be social and you got to talk to people and you got to kind of come out of your shell, maybe.
So you're drinking to loosen up a little?
Exactly. So it might not be your forte, and now you're trying to play the game. And
Yeah, and then if you don't normally drink, they can really catch up on to you.
Exactly. So things to wrap your head around. And the other one, too, is like if you're a social drinker and you're just sipping to have something in your hand, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you walk into these things and you're like, I don't know anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. And then you just sip because you got to keep busy and you got to look like you're doing something.
Yeah, I'm such a, I need something in my hand when I'm in a social situation, and I can sip it if it gets awkward.
Yeah, like it's a prop.
Yeah, like a comfort, almost like a crutch.
Exactly. So zebra drinking is something they say you should implement if you're concerned about. But some work parties.
Sounds like I do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah, some work parties are not zebra parties. They're full on stallions. Like you know what you're getting into. The CAO, CEO, all the way down is like, oh, it's on.
Not a glass of water in sight.
Exactly.
Just black stripes.
Nothing but black stripes. Keep it on the rails, and of course, have a ride home and make smart decisions in that respect. But the zebra striping might help you this holiday season. Good luck. There are so many lists out right now of the top blah, blah, blah of 2024.
I get such a kick out of this stuff, though. I love it.
You know what it is? Everybody in their offices were like, I'm done for the month. Let's just wrap it up. December 5th, spit them all out. Get them all out.
Yeah, I never thought of it. We still have a month to go.
Yeah, things could change. The LCBO just released their list of the top beverages of 2024. I don't know if you'll be surprised at number one, but there's another one there that was like a big jumper that you'll be surprised about. Well, what do you think the top drink? And you don't have to be specific, but what do you think the top alcohol is at LCBO?
So top things people are buying at LCBO, I'd have to say wine.
Wine is up there. It's not number one, though.
Vodka was my second.
Smirnoff vodka is the most popular, top-selling product at the LCBO. Surprisingly, products without alcohol saw the most growth this year. Non-alcoholic beer sales grew by a whopping 70%. And like products such as Guinness 0.0, like 0.0, is like very, very popular there. Products with no alcohol saw a growth of about 73 products over the last year and 189% since 2022. And they say December is the peak sales period for no or low alcohol options. If you're having a party, though, and you want to have options for other people, you get the non-alcoholic stuff.
Yeah, or I think about if you're going out and you're not, like, you obviously don't want to drink and drive, so you want kind of an option to still have something to sip on and stuff like that. Yeah. I know for me, like, when I go out, if I'm not driving, I like to have, like, a glass of wine while I'm getting ready. But if I know I'm driving, I'll even, like, pour myself a pop just to kind of have something to sip while I'm getting ready and have that feeling.
Makes sense. Or if you've had issues with alcohol, maybe it's your way of getting off of getting off of it, right? Not getting off of it, but not indulging and overindulging.
Yeah, but still feel like you're part of it and you're tasting it.
Yeah. Another popular one was the ready-to-drink products, the pre-mixed can stuff, like that stuff. I've been crushing those here for the last year.
Yeah,
Not
I feel
crushing,
like
but you know what I mean.
like seltzers and stuff probably.
Yes.
Those took off too.
Very much so. Took off. American whiskey also got people's attention. It had a big growth this year. And they say customers discovered the world of Asian spirits, which is very popular. When it comes to wine, our tastes in Ontario appear to be changing. The LCBO noticed a shift away from heavier vinos towards fresher styles of wine, including lighter reds, low and dealcoholized wines, and refreshing whites.
Wow, when do we all get so health conscious?
No, it's very weird. And for the beers, people wanted some big tastes in beer when you're shopping at the LCBO. Thought it was interesting.
Yeah, that is. Because I'm always curious. Because you go in there and it's overwhelming. Sometimes if you're not going to get what you normally get, I'm like, I don't know where anything is. Like, there's so much stuff.
Like your first time going in there must just like, it's like a toy store as a kid.
And the Asian spirits you bring up too. I was in the LCBO the other day and something caught my eye. It was like a really colorful can. I'm like, what is that? It was a sake. I'm like, I never had a sake.
Yeah, that was on the list. It was one of the things they had mentioned. But very interesting. Obviously, and we talked about it before 6 o'clock. A lot of parties going on this weekend. If you are hitting the LCBO or having people over, make sure you're safe and you have options to get home. Everyone posting their Spotify Wraps yesterday for what they were listening to in 2024. But what was Canada listening to? Canada doesn't have an Instagram account to post it to. What do you think? What was the most streamed artist in Canada in 2024? The answer is
Drake.
No, number 2. Not most.
Oh, Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I was teeing that one up for you. It's like, this is an
I
easy
really dropped the ball on that one.
slam dunk for you. Drake is number 2. Number 3 is Zach Bryan.
Huh?
Morgan Wallen at 4.
Wow.
Travis Scott, Kanye West, The Weeknd, Future, Eminem, and Post Malone. Your top 10 artists in Canada that people are listening to in 2024. What do you think the most streamed song was in Canada on Spotify of the year?
I'm going to say that's that Me Espresso.
It's number 4. Number 4.
Okay, I don't know. I have no idea.
Top song of the year.
Top song of the year. I thought it was Espresso. Something Taylor Swift.
No, Taylor isn't. Is she in the top? No, she's not in the top 10.
What was the top song of the year?
Shabuzi.
Oh,
a bar song.
What a dum-dum. Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful Things by Benson Boone is number 2. I Had Some Help from Morgan Wallen and Post Malone. Espresso. Stick Season by Noah Kahan. Lose Control, Teddy Swims, and then it goes on and on from there. But the top song was a bar song.
Of course it was.
I got my Wrapped yesterday.
Okay.
And I was like in the top 0.01% of Shabuzi.
Oh, I love when
listeners.
they show you that.
I was like, what? Is that good? I'm like one of the top Shabuzi guys.
Sometimes they show you these numbers and you're like, I did nothing else better to do
did
this.
I help this? Like, was I the one that pumped this one up? Yeah, that and Noah Kahan. I was like a top listener of the year.
Yeah, that's right up your wheelhouse.
Well, you know what I did? When I discovered the songs, we hadn't played them yet here on CKSY. So I was like, what is this tune? I got to know. I got to be on top of things. I want to be in the loop. And then I blew up and listening to them. And there was one day I played it 35 times. I'm like, no, I didn't. There's not a chance.
I'm the worst with when I like a song, that's all I'll listen to all day.
Like 35 times 3 minutes. That was 90 plus minutes of me listening to Shabuzi. And I'm like, that's not right. Somebody was messing with my Spotify.
I listened to a grand total, Taylor Swift, 16,900 minutes this year.
Wow.
But weirdly enough, my top song was Espresso. 274 times I listened to that.
Man. We need lives, man.
No,
That's what the whole thing is. It spits out all that information. You're like, I need a better life. Like, I'm so sad.
Well, I like when it shows you the month by month too, and you're like, what was going on in my life that month? It was nothing but sad music.
I got a text from Shabuzi. Shabuzi's like, hey,
thank
dude,
you.
Thanks.
Another royalty check coming in.
No problem, Booze.
Good news. Good news. And nothing but. Here's Tell Me Something Good.
Tell me something good.
on CK Mornings.
For Winmar 570 Grand Ave East in Chatham. If you got some good news, we'd love to hear it. Pass it along on the Pizza Tonight studio line anytime at 519-354-8684. Alana, you start us off. Tell me something good.
We'll start with another local lotto win. Gordon Malak, your Uncle Gordo, correct?
Yeah, that's...
Of course, from Chatham.
Yeah.
We all know that.
A long ways back.
He won $100,000 in the Lotto Max draw at the end of October. Retired gentleman. And he said he went to the grocery store, he scanned it, and he saw the prize amount, which I can't imagine that actually getting a winner like that instead of Ganyo, or what is it? No Ganyo. So he said that was surreal. Then he said he left the store, shared the good news with his wife, and she asked me if I was joking.
Mamma mia. That's nice, eh?
Yeah, that's great. I prefer Christmas, too. So
Awesome.
Shout out to Gordon. And some local organizations, also winners, too. We've got Smile Cookie amounts. So over $36,000 raised for pet and wildlife rescue from Smile Cookies. And then also the Tilbury Information and Help Center got a couple $1,000s from Smile Cookies in Tilbury as well.
All right, I want to give a shout out to Quavadas Restaurant and Elephant Nest. They're organizing a Christmas meal fundraiser to make sure no one goes hungry this Christmas. Meals will be provided Wednesday, December 25th at Quavadas on St. Clair Street in Chatham from noon till 3 o'clock.
I saw this post and I love it.
That is a great deal. Anyone in need of a warm meal on Christmas Day, you can stop by Quavadas Christmas. 12 till 3 that day. So if you want to reach out, find out if you can help out with Quavadas, that's a great cause. Good call, guys, from Quavadas and Elephant Nest. This story here, a great story, but it doesn't start off. It starts off like I'd be a little upset. There was a mom in Florida who went to a theme park with her 6-week-old son, Lincoln, and somebody walked by and commented on him, and it saved his life. Somebody walked by and noticed the kid's skin looked yellow and jaundiced.
Okay.
If you walked up to him and I said that to my kid, I'd be like, get the blank out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy said, don't panic, but get him to a doctor. So she was a little ticked off, but she did. And it turned out he had a genetic disorder that affects your liver and heart. It could have killed him, but it's manageable with medication. So whomever this stranger was came by, knew a thing or two, and it saved the kid's life.
And yeah, like you said, it's guts to go up to a stranger and say something like that.
Yeah. Usually you just keep your mouth shut and be like, I don't know.
So they must have really knew that it was a serious situation.
How many people do they do that to? Do they hit one, though? Do they just do it to a number of different kids? And
It's one of these got to take.
They got it work, though. It saved this kid's life. Tell Me Something Good is brought to you by Winmar 570 Grand Ave East in Chatham. All this week on CK Mornings, we've been hooking up with passes to go check out the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in Detroit, Little Caesars Arena, coming up on the 28th of December. And Jill is on the line. She's going to play a game with us this morning. Good morning, Jill. How are you?
Good morning.
Jill, where are you at this morning? What's going on in your life?
I am at Wellsburg District High School, but going to work.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Jill, Alana was just telling me you hooked her up with body glitter to go to the Taylor Swift show.
Yeah, my daughter did, yeah.
Your daughter made some body glitter.
Made it, yeah.
That's all.
And I wore it, yeah.
And you wore it?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. It's
I sent her pictures.
Like she was there, Jill. Like she was there.
Yes, she was very excited that it was in the same room as Taylor, and it was a big thing.
Oh,
what I did was
awesome.
I took a picture of the pot of the body glitter with Taylor in the background so
there
she
you
could
go.
see.
That's awesome. It's like she was there, and it was a lot cheaper than paying for a ticket. So, Jill, I don't know if you've heard this week, Alana has done Explain a Christmas Song Badly, where she explains the song badly, and you've got to name the song. Today, I'm going to explain a Christmas movie badly, and you have to tell us the name of the Christmas movie, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see if we can get enough of these right, and you'll get those tickets to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. All right, first one. A young boy dodges a bully, dreams of his ideal Christmas gift, does a dumb thing with his tongue, ends up not shooting his eye out, but destroys his glasses. What movie is that? What Christmas movie is that? Young boy dodges a bully, dreams of his ideal Christmas gift, does a dumb thing with his tongue, doesn't shoot his eye out, but destroys his glasses.
A Christmas Story?
There you go. Yes. Ding, ding, ding. You haven't seen that yet, have
I just
you?
realized how bad I'm going to be at this game because I've never seen
I have not
these
seen that one either. So.
Okay. Well, you got it. When he sticks his tongue to the metal pole.
okay.
Dumb. All right. Guy has a ton of problems, and he's all but had enough. Now he's got to deal with ghosts. His buddy Clarence helps change his mind in the end. It's a classic. Guy has a ton of problems, thinks he's just about done. Now he's got to deal with some ghosts. His buddy Clarence helps change his mind. Classic Christmas movie. It is.
Oh, A Christmas Carol.
Not A Christmas Carol. It's A Wonderful Life. It's A Wonderful Life. Christmas past, Christmas present. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see if we get this one. Absent-minded Santa kidnaps a kid accidentally. Now he tries to pass him off as no different than the others when he's obviously much different. Finally, the kid figures out he's different and goes to find his real dad. Ends up getting a job, eats like a slob, and watches a woman shower. What an adventure. Oh, and he finds his dad and saves Christmas. Christmas movie.
Elf.
Elf, there you go. There you go.
Good job.
All right, last one. Let's see if we can get 3 out of 4 today. A father is looking for a special gift for his son and finds one at a store in Chinatown. The shopkeeper doesn't want to sell him this unique pet, but he does anyway with some strict instructions. Of course, Dad doesn't follow those instructions, and the gift gets exposed to bright light, water, and midnight snacks. Happens around Christmas. You might not think it's a Christmas movie.
The only thing that I can think of feeding water to is Gremlins.
There you go. Yes, indeed. You got that. Good job. 3 out of 4. That's 75% if my math is correct. Jill, you're off to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Congratulations. I don't know if you do glitter at the TSO show, though.
Why not?
Is that still a thing?
I'm sure Grayson can make some.
That's awesome.
We talked earlier that this is the time of year for the year-end lists when those start coming out.
Yeah.
And so Babbel, the language company Babbel, and actually the company that does closed captioning for TV shows, they teamed up and put out a list of the most mispronounced words for 2024. Some of the things on this list are like, why would you know how to pronounce some of these things, like medication and stuff like that? But I picked out some of the more familiar ones.
I'm interested to see how you present this. Like, how are you gonna mispronounce the words yourself?
I'll say how I pronounce them.
Okay, all right.
And
well, let's
I want to hear how you pronounce them too. There's one on this list that I know we both had trouble with. Okay, the cheap clothing brand Shein. You heard of this?
Yes.
You see their ads probably all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pronounced Shein, but a lot of people say Sheen. It's Shein.
I thought it was Sheen.
No, it's Shein.
Shein. Oh.
Shein. Yeah, I think my mom definitely says Sheen. It's Shein.
Shein. All right.
This one I just learned like 2 years ago how it was pronounced. Sabrina Carpenter's song. I got to pronounce it right. Espresso.
Yeah.
I said espresso for like my whole life. It was news to me.
Yeah, people on this radio station call it espresso.
I really had to learn when we started playing that song. So it's espresso, not espresso.
Espresso.
Not
X.
For the longest time, I was saying espresso till that song came out. The mascot of the Paris Olympics. Do you remember those red guys? They were like the mascots. So it's spelled Phryge. That's how it's spelled. It's pronounced Phryge.
Phryge. I don't even know if I heard that. That was
if I
never
saw
on my...
that spell, I don't know what I would say. I'd have to fake it. Okay, this one. See if you can guess. It's someone we play on the station a lot. We both have to learn how to pronounce it. A singer?
Chaperone?
Yes. Chapel-Roan. Chapel-Roan.
Although I have heard it Rowan.
Chapel.
She says Rowan, though.
She says Rowan?
Rowan. Yes.
Rowan.
Yeah, Chapel-Roan.
Okay. I still have trouble with that one. Shohei Ohtani, not him, but his dog breed was on the list.
Oh.
I guess I didn't know. Did you know his dog's like a huge deal?
Yeah.
He threw a first pitch and everything.
Yeah, he had this dog in the World Series parade. Yeah, he was a big
this
deal.
dog is like a big deal in the sports world. It's the Dutch Quaker Hunchie.
Quaker?
It's spelt like I can't even describe.
Sounds like
how
something
it's
my
spelled.
Oma used to serve.
Quaker Hunchie. All right, this one, popular one. Kamala Harris.
Kamala. That's how I always say it. I always use my trump. Kamala.
Kamala.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Sometimes I say them so wrong, I forget how to say it right. Or I hear someone say these words so wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, and Zendaya, the actress, it's Zendaya. Because I say Zendaya.
Zendaya, yeah.
It's Zendaya. They're emphasizing the day. Zendaya. Sometimes I feel like I'm like faking it, like I'm trying to sound fancier. Zendaya.
If there's a word that trips me up, and let's say it's Zendaya, and I have to say it in a sentence, I can't get past it. So if I were to say, "Hey, Alana, did you see that new movie with Zendaya?" Like my voice changes, it becomes like the most obvious. I'm like, I can't just mumble through it like I usually do when there's a word I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
and if that came up in conversation with me, I feel like people would know I'm trying to pronounce it right.
Yeah.
If I was like, a movie with Zendaya, they'd be like, you don't normally say Zendaya.
I know.
Same with Rihanna. I say Rihanna, but I think it's Rihanna technically. But I'm like, people are going to know. I'm just trying to say
faking
it. One I cannot say is, I can't say it even right now. Hauser, too sweet.
Hosier?
I could not
Because it doesn't look the way it sounds.
Hoisier. I cannot, and that's one of the ones I focus on trying to say right. Hoisier. I will spell it out phonetically if I have to say it on air, and I cannot do it. Something in my brain cannot say Hoisier. Hosier. Hosier. Then I'm going to try too hard to say it right. And I'm
Next
not
time
gonna
you
say
hear
right.
that in Atlanta's
No, I will try to avoid saying it at all costs. Hoisier.
Matt is on the line this morning, and Matt's going to have a chance at winning Windsor Spitfire tickets. The Teddy Bear Toss game is happening on Sunday. This is where you bring your teddy bear to the game. Spitfires score their first goal. You throw it on the ice. You flood the ice full of teddy bears. It's always a lot of fun, and you get to check the game out with you and 3 close friends. Matt, you're going to play today. How you doing this morning?
I'm feeling lucky.
Feeling lucky. All right. So all this week we've been playing So You Think You're a Hockey Announcer. Alana is going to be your color analyst, but you have to do the play-by-play of a game, of some sort of game here. Who's your team, Matt? What's your team you cheer for?
Montreal Canadiens.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a little bit defeated this year, but you know what? I'm still sticking with them. All right.
This guy's in for it. He loves punishment. Matt loves it. All right, Matt. Well, let's go back to when was it? Early '90s when the Montreal Canadiens won their last Stanley Cup. Okay.
Oh God.
You're gonna call a play as it heads down the ice. It'll end up in a goal. I'll give you that much. Alana's here if you need some help. Okay.
Sounds good. She got a list of player names I can use, or am I just?
You can wing it. We're not going to
Just
judge
wing
you on
it.
that.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Let's see if you can pull this off. All right, let's throw it upstairs, ladies and gentlemen, to Matt and Alana, and we're going live to the Stanley Cup Final. Matt, take it away.
We got about minute 30 left in the game. We got ourselves the guy with no bucket on, and the flow just flowing in the wind, coming up the right side of the wing. Passes it to Chicklets with no teeth. Takes a slapper. Let's see to the beat!
Unbelievable! It's been power plays on top of power plays, Matt. I've never seen like it. Hide your measuring tapes because they didn't give up an inch.
Hide your measuring tapes? They didn't give up an inch. Wow.
Oh, man, that's actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie. That got me. That was really good.
I'm going to use that line this weekend. I'm also going to use the other one you had this week. Hold on
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on your butt. Yeah.
Montreal's winning the cup.
Hold on to your booze. There you go. Hey, Matt, we'll see you Sunday at the Spitfire game.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited this is happening. March 22nd, 2025, Chatham Capitol Theater. Comedian Jeff Leeson will be returning to Chatham, Kent, and he is on the line with us right now from his hometown of London, Ontario. Good morning, Mr. Leeson.
Good morning, man. How are you?
Very good. Very good. I was telling Alana off air. Alana's my co-host. I was telling her off air. I said, when you were here last time, you opened the show at Kiwanis Theater, and you said, someday I get to play the Capitol Theater, and everyone thought you were joking. It was a huge laugh. But that's been a goal of yours to play the Capitol, right?
Yeah, it really has. I have done shows there, but it's always been a part of someone else's show or doing like a spot on another show. We did a festival there and like a fundraiser or whatever. But it really has always been my goal and dream, honestly, to do my own show at that theater and do a tour stop there someday. And so I am, really, really excited and just beyond, just stoked, really, to be finally able to do it in March.
That's awesome.
That's so fun to know. People who go to the show are not only getting a great show, but also watching like a dream come true kind of moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, the last, I think both times I've been at the Kiwanis, I've mentioned it in some way. And like you said, people laughed thinking it was a joke. And honestly, like when I was mentioning it, I really was saying, like a long time in the future, if at all. And so I really was not expecting it to happen that quickly. So yeah, it really is honestly a dream come true, and I'm very excited and thankful that they would just allow me to have the opportunity to do it.
Jeff, you've been all over the place. I've known, and I've told the story before. I've talked to you. What age were you when you jumped on the air with me the first time? I think you were like 18, 17.
Yeah, I think it was around there, but somewhere between 17 and 19 in that area for sure.
Yeah, so like to watch the way you've grown and you're touring all over the place. You're doing these shows. What's it like? But on the road, what's the reaction been from the crowd that sees you all over the place, all over North America?
Yeah, the last couple of years especially has been really crazy for touring and traveling and just hitting a lot of new markets, especially in the U.S. And the response overall, honestly, has been amazing and has been incredible. And thanks to some real luck with some videos online, it's been a real, sort of different time where you show up and people like kind of know who you are familiar with your work, which is really brand new. And people have been very nice and very generous, and really a lot of incredible audiences and really nice folks on the road.
And you've been to Chatham a couple of times, so there's lots of people out there who might have seen you. But the thing with stand-up comedy, it seems like you're kind of in this constant circle. The next show will always be different in many ways, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the way that I do it too is I create a brand new show every night as well. So when I'm touring, it's not touring with the same show night after night. It's whoever's there at that show. That's like it's a show designed and specifically for them, and hopefully providing a unique experience for whoever's in the crowd that night.
We're looking forward to it. Saturday, March 22nd. Jeff, we're going to get you on a couple more times closer to it. We're going to have some tickets to give away, too, coming up in the new year to see Jeff Leeson at the Chatham Capitol Theatre. But if you want to get your hands on some tickets, and we always say stocking stuffers, but if you got somebody who likes comedy or has seen Jeff before, they're going to love it. If they haven't seen him, they're going to become new fans. Go to cktickets.com, March 22nd, and grab your tickets right there and see Jeff. I think it's kind of neat because he's up there with the excitement because you've been dreaming of playing this and
so cool.
And finally get the opportunity. So let's fill the Capitol. I'm looking forward to it, Jeff. That should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, me too. I am, like I said, very, very excited. I honestly can't believe that we're doing it, and very nerve-wracking. We actually got a couple promos there a couple weeks ago, and just standing on the stage looking out at all of those seats was very daunting and was very, it was exciting, but at the same time you're like, oh my goodness, that is so many seats it's very nerve-wracking, but in a very, very exciting way. So I do just want to really thank the people at the Capitol. They've been amazing, and it's the same folks that run the Kiwanis as well. So we've developed a great relationship working with them over the last couple of years, and really, really excited to be working with them, and hope that hopefully it's a great show.
Capitol's about 1,200 seats, I believe. What's the largest crowd you've played? Would this be up there?
This would be the largest venue that I have ever attempted for my own show. The largest crowd I've ever done, that I've been on a show for, was just over 1,500, and that was years ago in Chico, California, at Chico State University. I was part of a comedy competition there called the San Francisco International Comedy Competition, and you kind of tour around all on the outskirts of San Francisco. Yep. And it was actually the very first show of the competition. I was 20 years old and walked out, and there's 1,500 people in this auditorium, which was just, it was
wow.
It was a crazy thing to just see that many people, let alone try to do stand up at that time. to that many people. But yeah, for my own show, this would be the largest venue I've ever even attempted.
Wow, congratulations. Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Even just saying that, my palms just got sweaty right now.
Jeff, we're looking forward to it. Get your tickets now, cktickets.com. Jeff, we'll talk again soon. Thanks, bud.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Listen online every weekday morning at 943CKSY.com. Weekends on in case you missed it, or tune into the podcast weekdays. Subscribe, rate, review, and tell your friends all about the CK Mornings in Case You Missed It podcast.